You have found yourself on an unexpected live episode of Locked On Bulls.
I forgot we was going live. I swear to God, I did.
On today's episode, we're going to talk about which Bull will be the next one, or former Bull will be the next one to make the Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about the overall Hall of Fame class of 2023, and Derrick Jones Jr. has picked where he's going to play next season. We're going to talk about all that and more right after this.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily podcast on the Chicago Bulls, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Locked On Bulls, member of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every day. That's Pat the Designer, host and creator of the Windy City Breeze and host of the Chicago Bears podcast over at ESPN 1000. I'm Haize, host and creator of Chicago Bulls and Chicago Bears Central. Pat,
I got a whole,
huh?
I said I hurt myself on that one.
You see, look at you, bro. You're hurting yourself. Oh man. I can't wait till you turn 32, by the way. I already have my whole gag gift. I have my whole gag gift planned for you when you turn 30 already, bro. Like I've been, it's gonna be a funny gift, bro.
Oh, funny.
Gag gift. Gag gift. No, I'm not getting you Mariah Mills, bro. That's not what I'm saying. Come on, bro.
And porn stuff.
We ain't been live in too long. Let's get to the show.
Exactly. But with that said, we know the Hall of Fame class of 2023, but we want to put a Bulls twist on it before we talk about the official Hall of Fame class. We haven't had a Bull inducted into the Hall of Fame in quite a while, unless you're counting Paul Gasol, which was a former Bull. Did he get officially
Dwayne Wade as well? Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, I guess that's the case. But we're talking about Bulls, like people who played with the Bulls 5 years or more.
I give you Powell, though. I give you Powell. Powell was here, what, 2 years?
2 years, and he played. It really was a resurgence for him those 2 years as well. But when you look at it, who do you think is going to be the next former Bull to make the Hall of Fame? The biggest chances that we have, of course, Derrick Rose. There's not been a person who's won MVP who has not gotten into the Hall of Fame. And then when you look at Joakim Noah, because keep in mind, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame, not the NBA Hall of Fame. We look at him being a two-time NCAA champion. He won Most Outstanding Player in the NCAA tournament as well. Multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's made the All-Star team a couple of times. That he definitely offers that. And then probably the next one on the wing maybe is Jimmy Butler, depending on how his career finishes out, if he can get that title or not. When you look at those kind of players, if maybe even one outside the box, who do you think is going to be the next Bull to make the Hall of Fame?
I think the weird one is probably Joakim, right? Because one, you have to be retired for a certain number of years before you can even be a part of the Hall of Fame class. And it's not the NBA Hall of Fame. It is the Basketball Hall of Fame. And so now you're going back to what happened in Florida. You're taking into account the awards here. I think Joakim's it sounds weird. It sounds really weird to say, but I think Joakim has a legitimate shot at being a Hall of Famer. Because of what it is, right? Because it is the Basketball Hall of Fame, because of even some of the things that he's doing now with basketball, starting up another basketball league, trying to do stuff for the inner cities, all of that, where all of that stuff, right, still being attached to basketball does go into your Hall of Fame resume, whether we like it or not. And so I think that it could be Joakim Noah who ends up going in first. Now, I think Derrick Rose is probably a first ballot guy, though. I don't think Joakim is a first ballot guy, but Derrick Rose's time has not started yet.
See, I think when it comes to D Rose, I don't think he's going to get it. He should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I think that they're going to, because of the injury, because of the latter half of his career, I think that it's going to be one of those times where the first time he's up, he doesn't get in. The second time he gets in. I don't think Derrick Rose, he should be a first ballot, but I could just see them. Well, then again, maybe I'm wrong for that, because he's the youngest MVP in NBA history. We know what he's meant to the game of basketball. So many people, still point guards to this day, come in talking about what Derrick Rose's game meant to them. Yeah. But I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me worried about that Chicago bias that they may try to screw Derrick Rose over that first time up for the Hall of Fame.
I don't think so, just because, even with that, right, even with any Chicago bias or anything that we may have, let's be real, he was a player that was in Chicago. That holds weight as well. He was a bull that made Chicago relevant. That holds weight as well. It may be one of those things where we look at it and we're like, I don't think that he should make it because of this reason. His reign wasn't long enough. He went right. Like, but I mean, I think I said this before, right? Like, once you let Tracy McGrady into the Hall of Fame, it was a revolving door. And it's no slight to Tracy. It's no disrespect to what he was able to do, how he went out and went about his game. It's no disrespect to the type of player that he was. But realistically, we didn't have that Tracy McGrady very long. And he made the Hall of Fame, and his credentials are exponentially worse than Derrick Rose's.
This is true. So, yeah, I mean, I hope Derrick gets in there the first ballot. I do think that those two offer the next two Bulls that are definitely going to get in the Hall of Fame is Joakim Noah and Derrick Rose. Now, do you think that Joe gets in there first ballot, or do you think because of the lack of, like, individual NBA awards that it may hold him back? But because when you add in his collegiate career, it's kind of hard to make an argument against him making the Hall of Fame.
I think Joe gets in first ballot depending on who's in the class. Right, like there's some Hall of Fame classes that come up that we be like, whatever. You made it. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to you for getting in there. We appreciate your service to the. So I think that it'll depend on who goes in with him or who's up. If it's one of those years where there's not a lot of guys who are up for going into the Hall of Fame, then maybe not. Or then he probably gets in. If it's one of those years where we're sitting there talking about, right, like 5 guys that we looking at and we like, yep, they all first ballot dudes, then he might not get in.
I just looked at his class. So his class of the Hall of Fame, because he's up next year. He is eligible next year, 2024, to get in the Hall of Fame. Vince Carter, Tyson Chandler, Joakim Noah, Kyle Korver, Jamal Crawford, Marvin Williams. He's getting in.
Hold on. Say them names again.
Vince Carter, we know he's in.
Vince is in.
Tyson Chandler,
probably in.
Joakim Noah,
defensive player of the years.
3, I think. Is it 3? I know it's at least 2.
Okay.
So Tyson Chandler, Joakim Noah,
and a championship. So Tyson's probably in. Joakim Noah, okay.
Kyle Korver,
no.
Jamal Crawford.
Does he still hold the record? They'd be weird with that. Does he still hold the record for best field goal percentage, or did Steph break that one too?
I don't know, but I know with his 6 Man of the Year awards, I think he's in.
No, I'm saying Kyle Korver.
Oh, Kyle Korver? I don't know.
Because Kyle Korver held like the best.
Yeah, but he also stopped shooting threes for like the last 8 games of that season, so he held on to the record. But then Jamal Crawford, Marvin Williams
was in there for sure. And then who else you said?
Marvin Williams is the last guy.
Yeah, he ain't getting it.
Well, keep in mind they're inducting this year. How many are we inducting this year? We're inducting 5 this year players.
I think 5 is the max, ain't it?
Yeah. So Vince is in. Yep. Tyson Chandler's probably in.
Yep.
Jamal Crawford's in.
Yep.
And then even if you do say Kyle Korver's in, that leaves the last spot between Joe and Marvin Williams. Joe's probably gonna make it. Which now I'm looking forward to because now we get to celebrate something.
Marvin Williams.
Yeah, I don't even know why he's even on the list. I get it, he's eligible, but like why?
We just throwing names out there? Marvin Williams averaged 10 points a game. What are we talking about?
Oh, wait, but you got to also throw in people who didn't make it before. So other players that didn't make it in before who weren't elected, Chauncey Billups, Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Tom Chambers.
He's
not going to make it.
He's not going to make it. He ain't going to make it. Sean Marion is probably going to get it.
Yeah.
Who else you said? Chauncey
Billups, Amari Stoudemire.
Is Amari? Amari was a dog, but is he a Hall of Famer?
I'm
not going to say he wasn't a dog. He was a dog.
He did have that one year where he got a couple of MVP votes, but I don't know, man. I still think Joe has a chance.
Joe might have a shot.
It really depends on how much they value. He might have
to fight for next year too. I don't know. Like, that's some tough names to have to compete with.
It all depends on how the voting class looks at Kyle Korver. That's really what it comes down to. Because if they don't give it to Kyle Korver with the 3-point, because Kyle Korver has no postseason awards at all, other than being an all-star one time.
Bro, I wish they would put Kyle Korver in it. If they put Kyle Korver into the Hall of Fame, I no longer care about the Hall of Fame. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be 110%. I could kill it. I kind of
They should have Ashton Kutcher induct him.
Bro, that'd be hilarious, bro. That would be hilarious. Ashton Kutcher, the guy who literally is the opposite of everything that Kyle Korver is, except height-wise.
Yeah.
Shay said if Chris Bosh deserves to get in, Joakim Noah definitely deserves to get in. If you think Chris Bosh and Joakim Noah are the same level of player, that's kind of crazy.
Shay really just be, sometimes Shay just be talking and he knows he just be talking, but I love him.
That's kind of insane, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that's a wild take there, my brother. People forget,
an absolute dog everywhere.
Even Chris Bosh in this year where we all know he couldn't stay healthy to save his life, he still averaged 19 points per game.
Yeah,
Chris Bosh is like,
kind of crazy. Chris Bosh is an absolute dog, bro. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, Shay.
Tyson Chandler. Now Tyson Chandler, I give you but Tyson got a championship. Now I can't give you that.
And he got a championship. When did Tyson Chandler win the championship? What team?
He was the center on Dallas.
Oh yeah, duh. I forgot about that. You're absolutely right.
But no, yeah.
So Tyson Chandler, one-time NBA All-Star, NBA champion, of course. He made the NBA third team once. One-time Defensive Player of the Year. I thought he won it multiple times as well.
I thought he got one in New York too.
Nope.
Huh.
So, and I also think that Tyson Chandler's high school career may play a part in it, because keep in mind, Basketball Hall of Fame, he was Mr. McDonald's All-American that year too.
That's true. That's weird that would play a part in it.
I mean,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't think they put in Tyson and Joe in the same year. They're, like, I don't know if they do that.
I don't know if both of them get in. That's a weird year. We didn't even get to Jimmy, so I mean, Jimmy making it. Yes.
I mean, his story isn't done being written yet, right? Because I think if Jimmy has another
ring, Jimmy's in.
If Jimmy win, well, yeah, if he wins, because think about it, what was he the last pick in the second round? Was he Mr. Irrelevant? What was Jimmy Butler pick?
Hold on, now we gotta look this up now. I feel like you might. No, Jimmy wasn't picked that late.
He was last pick in the first round.
First round. Yeah, I was like, Jimmy wasn't picked that late. Now hold on. Now.
So to go from the 30th overall pick to have the career that he's had, if he wins a title on top of that, and he's been a 6-time NBA All-Star, he's getting in. If he wins a title, he's getting in. Period.
Got to win that title, Jimmy. Let's get it done.
Let's get it done.
Jimmy. Not coming.
All right, next up, though, we're going to be talking about the actual Hall of Fame class from 2023. Before we get into that, got to talk to you guys about FanDuel. Football season is about to kick off, and FanDuel is giving you the chance to win all season long. Because right now, when you bet on the Super Bowl winner, you can get bonus bets every time they win in the regular season. Just pick any team to win the Super Bowl, and you'll get bonus bets for every victory. You can use your bonus bets on spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and start earning bonus bets with America's #1 sports book. That's FanDuel.com/lockedon. All right, Pat. Let's talk about this actual Hall of Fame class for this year. And so we have, of course, Dirk, who deserves to get in, absolutely. We also have in, who else is getting in? Where did my list go? Dwayne Wade's getting in.
Former Chicago Bull.
Former. I really hate that we have to say that, bro. Like, that year sucked. But we got Paul Gasol, Dirk Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade.
Off season sucked because that's what we paid Cristiano Felicio.
That too. Tony Parker, Greg Popovich, and Becky Hammon all making it into the Hall of Fame class this year. How you feeling about this list?
Can't argue with any of them. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with any of them. I'm Becky Hammon for what she's done as a coach and what she did as a player down in San Antonio. You can't argue with that. Tony Parker. I mean, he's literally, I know his numbers may not say it, but there are probably, I would say 3 of those championships they don't win if Tony Parker's not there, because he was that much of a catalyst in the playoffs. Playoff Tony was a thing. Pau Gasol's an interesting one for me because I get it. He won with Kobe. He's got the rings. He's got the numbers, accolades, all of that stuff. But Pau was one of those players that when he was on the court, you never felt like, yeah, I can't beat Pau. Yeah, I mean, like when I think of Hall of Famers, like that's the one thing I think, right? Like there were moments where it was like, I don't know how to stop Tony Parker. I don't know how to stop Dirk with his fadeaway. I don't know how to stop Dwayne Wade just being Dwayne Wade. I kind of know how to stop Powell.
I don't know, bro. Like, I get it, but I feel like people could feel that way, but Powell still always got his.
Powell got his, but was Powell? I don't know, man. That's like he's not going in regardless, right? It don't matter what I think, but it's one of those where like I loved what Pau Gasol brought, but literally it was like, hey, can you just give Kobe a little bit of help? And I feel like Pau was just that little bit of help.
A little bit of help?
Pau was what, 18 points a game?
Yeah, 18 points a game, almost 19 points a game, over 50% shooting from the field every single day, every single year he was there.
Every single day. Every
day. He was more than a little bit. Ron Artest was a little bit of help. Paul Gasol was more than a little bit of help.
Ron Artest was a little bit of help. I don't know, man. It's tough. Like, I love Pau, but I just don't know if I'm just like, I feel like when people went up against Pau, they were never like, oh my God, how are we going to stop Pau Gasol? Now, Pau still could do what he did. Like, he could still go out there and give you that 18, right? But I don't know, man. Somebody said, what they say? Pau was a better Vooch. I hope facts.
Yeah. I mean,
like, but I guess in that sense, well, Vooch is a better rebounder than Pau was.
Yes, he is. Vooch is a much better rebounder
than Pau was. Yeah. And realistically, Vooch got a better back to the basket game than Pau had. Pau just was, you know what Pau was? Pau was one of those first international dudes that came into the league and you was like, hey, man, you hitting that corner three like that, dog? You knocking down that corner three on a consistent basis?
Pau didn't become a consistent three-point shooter till he was with the Lakers, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm saying his time with the Lakers. No, he didn't. Okay. He probably didn't even take threes with. No, I was probably one of those players like Al Horford. It's like, how many threes you take before you got to the Lakers? It was like, oh, it was zero. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not gonna say he don't deserve to be in there. 2 championships. He don't. Ain't no way he got one.
I was about to say, wait, and I remember him more as a 3-point shooter too, but Pau Gasol averaged less than 1 3-point shooter, 3-point shot a game for his whole career.
Yeah, but you know how that 3-point shot went back then, dog. It was just the right time 3-point shot.
True, but I mean, even with the Lakers, bro, he averaged fractions on 3-point shooting with the Lakers.
We keeping this around.
He averaged fractions. He averaged 0.6, 0.4, 0.2. Like, he didn't take that. I don't know why I remember. Was it maybe just the playoffs he started taking threes? Like,
in the playoffs, he was driving them. Yeah. Pau post game was better than Vooch. You too young on that. But I was watching Pau, dog. Like, I'm not that young, dog. Like,
I hate when people try to use that you too young. So like Pau was playing in the 80s, bro. Like calm down. Calm down. Pau didn't come to the league 2001. Believe me, me and him are both well old enough where we were fully watching basketball by then.
I had no choice. I was Lakers and Grizzlies was always on because it was the West Coast game. So that's what I stayed up to watch. Pau's a dog, though. I don't know. He's in. He deserved to be in. I'm not gonna say he don't deserve to be in, but man, it just don't feel like he should. It just don't feel like he should. I don't know why.
I don't feel that way, but hey, listen, you made your case for it. I mean, nobody else really on this list I think you can even question. Like, Becky Hammon and what she's meant to the game of basketball, you can't take away from that. Greg Popovich, if anybody tries to make an argument against Greg Popovich being in the Hall of Fame, literally look at them, ask them where their mama is, go and smack their mama because they raised an idiot. That's all you got to do. Like,
is Pop going in too?
Yeah, Pop's going in.
Oh, is this just the players list that I'm looking
at?
Yeah,
you're just seeing the players list. Yeah, Pop's going in.
How?
He's not even retired. You know what it is? They just don't care. They don't care.
Don't nobody care about that. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Listen, I want to care about this list, right? I really do. I want to care about the NBA Hall of Fame or the Basketball Hall of Fame. That's what they need to do. We need to redo everybody and just do the people that's supposed to be in the NBA Hall of Fame. Make a whole nother Hall of Fame and just take everybody that you know is supposed to be in the NBA Hall of Fame and put them in there. And you leave the ones that's over there in the Basketball Hall of Fame over there. Because it's like we be putting feel-good stories in there, bro.
I mean,
Buzz don't even be winning nothing no more, and they be getting in the Hall of Fame. At least this list, everybody won something. How many?
Everybody wants. Everybody on here is an NBA champion.
Everybody on here is an NBA champion. I can't argue.
Except Becky Hammond, but she's a WNBA champion.
Well, I was gonna say how many she got in the WNBA. I think she got 3 in the WNBA. I want to say, and she got one as a coach of the Spurs too. Maybe 2.
Oh, I forgot about the assistant with the Spurs. Yeah. Yeah, she was assistant there from 2014 to 2022. So you're absolutely right. Becky Hammond, she's a 6-time WNBA All-Star, 2-time All-WNBA first team, 2-time All-WNBA second team, the WNBA leader in assist, and a one-time only.
I ain't think about that. She is still the leader in assists, ain't she? I forgot about that.
Yeah, man. And she actually only ever won a WNBA champion as a coach. She actually did not win a championship as a player. Is that right?
No, that's not right. She hasn't been coaching. That can't be right. Enough. She hasn't been coaching long enough.
I mean, they just won one last year with her.
Right. I'm saying that's it. That's the only coaching championship she got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She only has one. Yeah.
So no, she got him as a player, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't care about the Basketball Hall of Fame that much, bro. Like, it's cool. I'm on Jimmy Butler's side with this, right? Like, it's cool, but it's just like it's a great honor. It's a brotherhood you'll be a part of forever. And when they call you, you get to enjoy. But it's not like I'm sitting there and I'm just like, every name in this Hall of Fame is right. Only Hall of Fame I get at too is the NFL. You get into the NFL Hall of Fame, you did something for that. Because they don't let no feel good stories in. Because if you did, why can't I? What's Shannon Sharp brother name?
Sterling
Sharp should be in there. But his career was too short. Sterling Sharp was a dog. But his career was too short. And his brother lobbied for him. You know, if you get your brother lobbying for you in the NBA Hall of Fame, where you like, hey, listen, I know he only played 6 years, but he was amazing in those 6. That man will be in the Hall of Fame the next year.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's weird. It's weird.
It is what it is, man. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, think overall the class, it makes sense to me. I don't even have the thing with Paul being in there like you do. I like Paul Gasol. I like what he did. And I think he was
in there. I'm glad he's in there.
Yeah. So
Kevin Garnett cooked Paul Gasol though.
A great question from Nick here. He says, "Do y'all think Nash should be in?"
Steve Nash?
Yeah.
Yeah,
multiple-time MVP.
Multiple-time MVP. Yeah. That's probably it. All-star appearances. He ain't got no
All-stars. I mean, he also was part of
championships.
It's part of a team that revolutionized how basketball was played.
List. Okay, so Jeannie Buss going in too.
Oh, Jeannie Buss is going in too. Shout out to Jeannie Buss.
Class of 2023. Jeannie Buss, Gary Blair, Becky Hammond, David Hickson, Gene Kennedy. Jimmy Valvano going in. How are we just putting in Jimmy V?
And just a heads up, Becky Hammond actually never won a WNBA championship as a player.
So where'd she get these other 5 championships from? She was an assistant coach or something?
Probably a lot with the Spurs. Yeah, never won a WNBA championship as a player.
How am I tweaking? This can't be Jimmy V, bro. We just now putting Jimmy V in the Basketball Hall of Fame, bro. Really? Bad job, Basketball Hall of Fame. Now I like y'all even less. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Jimmy V has an award ceremony every year.
They play that quote every year when he gives a speech.
And we just now putting my come on, y'all. Y'all got it.
That'd be like just now putting Madden in the he did win as a coach and a player too. But anyway, now before we go, we gotta talk about the last topic, and that's Derrick Jones Jr. going to the Dallas Mavericks.
Hold up, before we go, how they put a whole team in, bro? The 1976 U.S. Women's Olympic team is in. Everybody it's just the team, bro.
The team. Well, shout out to them. You had just asked, did Derrick Jones Jr. make a bad choice? He got a 1-year deal going to the Dallas Mavericks. Don't know. I think we still don't have the numbers on that deal as far as I know. But what do you think about him joining the Mavericks? They need defense players down there. I think he's going to be able to carve out a role for himself pretty easily. What do you think?
Yeah, I like DJJ there. DJJ plays the same role that he would have played here down there, and they need him just as badly as realistically we could have used him. But actually, they need him more than we could have used him.
I was going to say they need him a little bit more.
That Mavericks team just be like defense. Yeah, I mean, like they just don't believe in defense down there. So they definitely need DJJ. The pairing of DJJ and Kyrie Irving, I think, is going to be absolutely ridiculous.
Ooh, especially out in transition.
He's going to be holding his wrist a lot playing with Kyrie, dog. He's just going to be it's just I keep dunking. I'm sorry. I keep dunking on people. I love the fit. I think that realistically, Jason Kidd's still their coach, so there's that. But I think you could find a lineup where DJJ sneaks his way into being a possible starter if they want to play small ball against you, because they always want to play small ball because Dwight Powell.
I don't even know if it necessarily has to be small ball, because I'm looking at because the rumors are they want to move Tim Hardaway Jr. If Derrick Jones Jr. comes in there and plays the consummate role guy, I'm not going to say that he can't come in there and start at the 3 for him.
Kyrie's your point.
Luke is your point. Kyrie's your 2.
Luke is your point. Kyrie's your 2.
Right now, Tim Hardaway Jr., Josh Green, kind of sliding into that 3 spot.
Who's the young buck that they got? Ain't he a 3?
Who?
Oh boy, that they got. I gotta look at their roster. I can't think of his name right now.
Talking about Josh Green. That's Josh Green. He's a 3.
Josh Green. He a 2?
He's a 3.
That's what I thought. You don't think they'll run with the young buck at the 3?
They could. I just think that Derrick Jones Jr. is a little bit more of a role player that can fit a gap and spread the floor a little bit more than Josh Green. But it's probably going to be more Josh Green than anything.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on if you want defense, because I ain't gonna lie to you, Josh Green ain't playing it either. Josh Green got Zach LaVine first year in Chicago defense permanently. Bro, that Mavs team is. Bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You run through these names, boy. Tell me when you feel like you got some defense on there, because, like you said, Tim Hardaway's gone, so I'll skip him. Right? Seth Curry, Luka Doncic, Dante Exum, Josh Green, Jaden Hardy, Justin Holiday. Little defense on Justin Holiday. A little bit of
little defense on Justin
Holiday. Rashawn Holmes, he getting cooked. Kyrie, Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber only plays good defense against not DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton. He only plays good defense against and DeAndre Ayton.
I've seen him lock Cat up a couple of times.
And Cat. Yeah.
But then again, you could probably lock up Cat. It don't take much.
I have locked up Cat. Anyway, so I mean, like, all your defense on this team outside of DJJ is old. You got DJJ outside of, you got Markieff Morris, JaVale McGee. You don't even play JaVale. I don't know, man. I don't know. The Mavs.
I mean, the youngest players on that roster are going to be
tonight.
Josh Green, Derek Lively, and Derrick Jones Jr. and Jaden Hardy, your youngest players on that roster. That's crazy.
Are they going to be good?
I don't know, but the fact that Derrick Jones Jr. is still only 26 years old is crazy.
It does blow my mind. He's going to be that dude that by the time he's 35, we're going to be like, you've been in the league for 17 years, bro. Like, go lay down somewhere.
He's heading into his 9th season and he's 26 years old. That's crazy, bro.
I don't think this team is going to be good. Like, I'm not saying that you don't have to have, like, to have this team, you have to have the best offense in the NBA, right? Like, legit, we saw basically the Kings with this team, but they were the fastest team in the league and they had the best offense in the NBA. The Dallas Mavericks are not only probably still not going to have one of the best offenses in the NBA, although it'll be a really good offense. They're probably also not Grant Williams. That's true. I forgot about Grant Williams.
So you got Grant Williams on this list. Grant's going to be the starting 4, but you also have to factor
at the bottom.
You also have to factor in Derek Lively if he comes in as a rookie,
young guy,
and if he can block shots and rebound effectively and not get cooked on defense, he's probably going to eventually be that starter by the end of the season. Much like Mark Williams had that ascension with the Hornets, and you can even say Walker Kessler, kind of that type of ascension, because if he can just adapt to that game, he's exactly what they needed that center spot, being able to block shots, rebound, be switchable on the defensive side of the ball. I think that I like that pick a lot for them, but it really depends on if he's going to be able to stay out of foul trouble, because with young bigs. So
hey, listen, bigs in general, Jaren Jackson ain't a young big no more. This man average. We was talking about that on Locked On NBA last night. They were like, Jaren Jackson dealing with foul trouble. I was like, I'm shocked you've said such a thing. What do you mean? I've only watched Jaren Jackson put somebody in a chokehold with 5. Remember we was playing Memphis last year and we were like, hey, we finna win this game for real. And then we were like, oh, here they come. And then Jaren Jackson just committed a 5th foul with like 2 minutes into the 4th quarter.
Jaren Jackson averages almost 4 fouls a game for his career.
Bro, I think he averaged 4.5 fouls last season.
He averaged 3.6 last season.
Last season? Oof.
Yeah.
He getting better.
I mean, his second year in the league, he averaged 4.1. So, like, yeah.
He getting better. Hey, it's going the right direction.
Let's hope so, man. Because, like, he's so. Oh, in the playoffs. Maybe that's what you were looking at. In the playoffs last year, he averaged 4 fouls per game. Yeah. And in the playoffs in his career, 4.5 fouls per game. That's crazy.
Right?
That's crazy, bro.
It's not good, bro. I don't think I've seen Jaren Jackson finish a playoff game in a while. Yeah, I mean,
gotta time those blocks a little bit there better, sir. But
it don't even be the blocks, bro. Like he literally beat you like trying to do a chase down and like just choke somebody on the way up and be like, and then they hit the ground and just be like, why are y'all so violent out here, bro? John, hand me the never mind. But I don't know, man. I don't think this Dallas team gonna be that good, bro. I think they had a potential to be, but like looking at this roster and just seeing at the bottom Coach Jason Kidd, I'm just like, hey, it's gonna be absolute chaos there, bro.
Yeah, Jason Kidd being the head coach, you automatically got to take away 8 games from whatever you think their ceiling is. Just take away 8 just because of him being the coach.
How long until Derek Lively's bringing the ball up trying to be a point guard? That's what Jason Kidd loves to do.
I mean, listen, he be messing up, man. Jason Kidd as a head coach is wild, bro.
He keep getting a job too. It's like
he got dirt on people, bro. It has to be that.
I told Kidd, I was like, I get it. Listen, NBA Hall of Famer, you got to give him his shot. But somebody said, what Gio said, he said, Kidd makes Billy look like a better coach.
Absolutely, he makes him look like Phil Jackson, bro.
Jason Kidd, bro, like must be looking at that last season that he had in that one season where they went to the Western Conference Finals. And I'd be like, bro, they just got hot, bro. I'm telling y'all, they just got hot. Sometimes must get hot. That's why I say all you want is a chip in the chair. With the Bulls, you don't stop competing because you never know when you're gonna get a chip in the chair, just like Miami last season. But man, that the coaching jobs that he's done, I don't even think he has a winning coaching record.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. Jason Kidd is absolute garbage, bro. Like, and that's where when people start talking about like how Mark Jackson can't get another job and stuff. Like, you got coaches like Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd for his career. He does have a winning record.
Does he?
273 wins and 264 losses, but it ain't by much.
It took his team going on an absolute heater to finish the season for him to get a winning record. I will say this. Listen, Mark Jackson is an absolute tactician. He's not in the league for reasons we know why.
Yeah.
But Mark Jackson is a tactician. And so to me, when I see a guy like Mark Jackson not in the league, I'm not upset by it because I also think he could have got some guys out of the league by being stubborn guys who now we would consider Hall of Famers. But I do like his play design when he designs a play is good.
I think you're searching for a compliment, bro. It's time to go.
Elevator doors is still one of the best plays that I've ever seen called up. So
yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, when I'm trying to compliment Mark Jackson, it gets tough, man.
It gets tough, bro. Let's see. It's time to go, man. Let's get up out
at the end of the day, I'd knock her out the park. Hey, follow us on everything at Locked On Bulls. You can follow me on everything at Pat the Designer. Appreciate you guys for showing up. I'm tired.
You guys can follow me at CEO Haize. I want to thank you guys for making Locked On Bulls your first listen every single day. We'll be back still tomorrow with another episode of us talking crap about this Bulls team on this godforsaken planet that we live on.
Jesus, it's all going downhill out here.
For Pat the Designer, this has been Locked on Bulls. And one thing, I'll tell you what, Pat got that white chair ready to go, man. We about you. Peace, y'all.
What?
The fade in the water, bro. Fade in the water.
Fade in the water. Mark Jackson says she all city.
Shout out to Mariah Mills.
Zion